Hey buddies, good evening. Punarvas Jayakumar here from Advait. All right, so day 21 of lockdown. So let's get on with it, guys. So today, our Honorable Prime Minister extended the lockdown by 19 more days. So we are going to now have the lockdown till May 3rd. So the idea that just came 21 days ago, where I just saw a lot of negativity around where students wanted some uh, tips and some positivity thrown in. So I thought I'll just make an audio, and then that caught on, and you requested me to do uh, one audio each day, right? So some of you have texted me yesterday and said, "Sir, please continue till the lockdown ends." I'm going to tell you why that is a bad idea, right? So this would be the last audio clipping in the motivational series. Okay, so let's get on with it. So again, discussing what we were doing previously and all that. So some of you have asked me, sir, what about you? When did you clear? What did you study? And how did you do? And all those things. Uh, Sometimes, when a faculty teaches and you are sitting in the class, you think that the faculty is some great human being. He's out of the ordinary. He's not a normal person. But trust me, friends, each and every faculty in the CA fraternity or any other professional course or your school or anything, we are all ordinary human beings. You may think that we are infallible, we never make mistakes. No way. We all goof up. I don't know how many of us can accept it, but I can easily accept that we all goof up. But one thing, guys, if you have really studied with all your heart, really studied with all your might, definitely you will clear. There is nothing motivational or inspiring about me, honestly. But I told you on the first few days that I am gonna tell you my story also here and there, little bit. So today I thought I'll just share a little bit with you. And this is not an inspirational or motivational story, trust me. But I can tell you that if we really work with all our might, right, we definitely will clear. So I was a science student. So in what do you say, second PUC, that is 11th and 12th, I did science. Generally, science students have that air of attitude. I anyway took up science because my friends were taking up. It's always herd mentality, right? So I always thought that okay, anyway, I'll take up science and probably I'll be something. In my 11th standard, I lost my way actually. My father was in the forest service, so we moved around a lot. So I've traveled a lot within the state of Karnataka, where we used to be transferred every 5 months, 6 months, every year. So I've actually studied in numerous schools, so I don't have an emotional connect with any school because I hardly spent time in each school. So in 11th standard, that is in first PUC, I lost my way. I sort of fell into bad company and I did not study well. And I still remember my dad called me and in fact, me and my dad were just sitting and talking. And so he said that, I think you should change your ways now. The way you're going is not right. I think you should now concentrate a little bit on studies. Uh, you were a very good student. You've been brilliant, or you're academically all these years, but now I'm seeing you lose your way, and it's very natural for a young kid to lose your way. But you're just some 17, 18. But I think you should now get back on track. So my father never, scolded me ever, or even now he didn't chide me. But the way he told actually created a very lasting impact. Actually, so I thought when my dad is telling all this, I think I should really listen, because generally he doesn't tell all these things. But the fact that he's actually opening his mouth and telling now, it means that I need to follow. Anyway, so I science never interested me. It was my mistake. I took it up because my friends were taking it up. It never interested me, honestly speaking. I didn't find it, except I always wanted to be a nature enthusiast and a wildlife biologist. So at 12th standard, I asked my dad that, dad, this is not working out, what do you want me to do? He said, okay, you do whatever you feel like. Then we went for some counseling, and then they told me maybe a combination of law and BCom would be amazing for this guy. I mean, I would thank that lady, Dr. Phyllis Farias. I still remember her name. She said that, maybe law. But that time I thought, what, this female is telling law and all that. So I don't think so. It should be that I should study law. Let me take up BCom. So in BCom also, I had this very dirty attitude of mugging up things. And that's what my teachers also taught me. Rather than learning everything, conceptually, I started to mug up stuff. So at this juncture, think about it. many incidents happened which changed my life, whereby I just realized that, just by mugging stuff up, you can't do anything in life, right? You need to sort of change the entire way you look at things, change the entire way, the way you study. So just by mugging, nothing will happen. But still, science student people in my college thought, okay, this guy is a science student and is doing so well. And my accounts teacher asked me to mug up accounts. So I had learned the golden rules, silver rules, platinum rules, whatever the hell rules are there, everything I knew. So eventually it so happened that, in my BCom, I got, at that time, CPT we had to clear, and there was no internal marking of 100 out of 200 and all that. There was no, what I'm trying to tell is there was no 30% in each subject criteria. So I passed only, I remember I got 110 out of 200. I just wrote for 115 marks. Always my accuracy helped me, always, from day one. And I got 115 out of, sorry, 110 out of 200 by writing 115. I remember I've never written, I didn't write 59 questions in accounts. The 60 questions, I still remember. I'm not ashamed to tell this. I tell it in my first class actually. Yeah, so 59 out of 60 questions I did not write in accounts. I just wrote one question. That was the 60th question. I still remember the question. In real account, debit what comes in, then dash. So 4 options were given. So obviously the option I had written. This is the effect of, learning anything by rote, mugging up stuff, which some of us do for some subjects, right? So and that time CPT I cleared, and in accounts also I had got 99 by mugging up in my, what do you say, BCom exam. Okay. So the question is, in that exam where I got 99, right? There was a journal entry given. This was my turning point. There was a journal entry given. The journal entry was, you are going into a, what do you say, you are a sole proprietor. You're going to a bank. Bank is giving you a loan. What would be the journal entry? So the thing is, I had mugged up everything. I had mugged up all the golden rules, platinum rules. So I just wrote, see, imagine my analysis, guys. I'm not ashamed. I'm a chartered accountant today, by the way. Just think about my analysis that time, right? When I was a kid. So the thing is, I said first, right? What does it come? Debit, what comes in. So what comes in? Cash comes in. So I wrote cash account debtor. Then debit the receiver, credit the giver. I had mugged up. So believe it or not, who's the giver here? Bank? No. After you listen to this, you'll all commit suicide. Trust me. By my amazing, analysis, you'll all search for the rope in your house. Okay, guys, I'm kidding. Just don't do all those stupid things. I'm just kidding. It's just for fun. All right. But yes, this is a true story. This is not funny, whatever I'm telling. So here what happened? You'll forget accounts after listening to my amazing analysis. All right, so let's continue. So what did I write? My entry, cash account, debit what comes in. Then debit the receiver, credit the giver. Who's the giver? Bank. So right, cash account to bank account. Superb. I saw here and there. By this time, I'd already cleared CPT, and I was like the don in my class. I was in a college where I was in a rowdy section, C section. I was already a don in section because this guy has cleared, science fellow has cleared CPT and all first attempt. All mugging up that they didn't know. No, they didn't know. I knew it deep down inside. So what I'm trying to tell is, I just mugged up everything and wrote cash account to bank account. Next entry, next I was seeing here and there, one fellow is writing bank loan account and all that. So I like, dude, it's wrong. He said, no, Macha, it's correct. It is, bank loan is a liability, or to create a liability. I looked at him and I said, okay, your wish. The best part was that fellow had written CPT and he had flunked. I had written CPT and I had cleared. And I was a science student. Plus, I had cleared CPT in the first attempt. That fellow looked at me. The way I told, no, it's okay, your wish. He got a doubt. Okay, what this fellow is telling, the truth or not, like that. So then he actually scratched it. Poor guy scratched his correct answer and he copied mine, cash account to bank account. Now the last 5 minutes, madam is like, tie this thing, additional sheet. For additional sheet in BCom, you have to take additional sheet in the first place. But anyway, she said, please tie it up and check your answers and all those things. Okay, so I thought, cool, I thought something is wrong in this answer, some vastu problem. So what did I do? First is what generally, cash account to bank I had written. Then I said, when I go to a bank, right, will the bank manager open the suitcase, give me money like that, or he'll just transfer to my bank account? He'll transfer to my bank account. So I said something wrong here. First I wrote bank account. Why? It's coming to my bank account. No, debit what comes in. What is coming in? Money where? debit the receiver. Who's receiving? My bank is receiving. So I wrote bank account. Now, guys, think about it. From the bank, what goes out? I told you, no, if you actually listen to my logic, you'll forget accounts. From the bank, what goes out? Cash. So I wrote bank account to cash account. Full, Ustad. Then I looked at that fellow. That fellow is looking at me, my neighbor. He's like, bro, full ulta I have written. No, I said, don't worry, this is another entry. See, this is another entry, other way of writing. See, at least I scratched the first entry. I scratched the first entry, that is cash account to bank, and then wrote the ulta entry, bank account to cash. My amazing friend, poor guy, who had written the correct entry first. What did he write first? He wrote first, he copied mine. Then, instead of scratching it out, he said alternatively, one more entry can be written. And he wrote the second entry that I told you. So basically, I'm sure he would have flunked that exam. Now, last minute to go, guys. I don't know what is happening. I don't know what. I thought something is wrong. I scratched out everything and coolly, with a calm mind, understood. Debit the receiver. Who's the receiver? Bank. All right. Then cash doesn't physically go. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. That physically it won't go. Right? Debit the receiver. Who's the receiver? My bank. Credit the giver. Which bank? The other bank. So I swear on all my students and on myself, right? I wrote this entry, bank account to bank account, with double underline, and came out. And in this paper, some amazing, guy gave me 99. And the best part about this entire, I'd only written for 90 marks. This is Bangalore University special. You write for 90, you'll get 99. I am sure, imagine this was like 2007, I think, 2006, 2007. So that guy who corrected my paper, right, 2009, I don't know which year, anyway. So that guy who corrected my paper had given me 90, then he added GST 10 marks, then he deducted TDS also 99. See, amazing. He was a chartered accountant, maybe. All right, so I got 99 out of 100. Now imagine my status in college. First of all, science student. Second of all, CPT clear first attempt. Third of all, 99 in accounts. So red carpet welcome. And that too, I was from some Chaprasi section. I told you, right? I was from C section. So red carpet welcome for me, right? Now, with this amazing knowledge, or lack of it, I went to the articleship firm. In the firm, my partner, my boss, principal, looked at me and is like, he didn't see anything. That's the worst part. He just saw my marks and is like, okay, amazing. Join from tomorrow only. And he said, from tomorrow, you'll have to go to a small company where you'll have to, in section 144 of Companies Act, we say that, you cannot do, auditor cannot do accounting services and all, but we all know that in normal small firms, generally, I'm just talking about 10 years ago, now the rules are stringent, but we are only the accountants, you are only the auditors, everything. So he said, you go finish off the accounts and do the audit and come. I said, sir, no senior and all you'll send her. He said, no senior, man, you're already scored 99 and all, and you've scored first attempt, you've cleared everything. See, that time after CPT, we had to do articleship, not after IPCC. After CPT only, we had to do articleship. So all that he told. I said, okay, no problem. But then there was a problem in front of him with full Josh. I told, no problem. But then the only way to save myself was to go and put one Sashtanga Namaskara to my seniors who I had never met. So I told my sir, please show me where the articles room is. I want to meet the seniors. So he said, no, I'll only call the seniors. So all my seniors came into the boss's room, and in front of everybody, my boss said, or my prospective boss, because I was joining from the next day, he said, see, this is Punarvas. He's a science student. He has scored 99 out of 100 in accounts in BCom. He has shifted to BCom. Then he has scored CPT as first attempt. He has cleared everything and he has come. You fellows are also there, waste bodies. You are all dying in commerce since forever. You are also there. This is exactly what happened, guys. Think about my face. Think about my senior's face. Do you think anybody else would help me? No way. So next day when I went to the company, I only know how I did the audit and accounts. In my entire life, balance sheet had never tallied till that day, and I had to do in an actual company do all these things. So that is the day I realized that qualification, becoming a CA, here in this case, I was already qualified. In what sense? BCom qualified properly. I mean, in the sense about to get qualified, but 99 out of 100, it's qualified only, no? And CPT also qualified, but knowledge was zero. That is the day I truly realized that knowledge is power. So, dear friends, whenever I say that law, please read from the Bare Act, kindly read from the Bare Act. It's okay, even if you don't read, I can assure you, you can become a CA. But tomorrow, when somebody asks you a question, my textbook will not help you. The 1,000 textbooks that you have at your disposal will not help you. The only thing that will help you is whether you are in a position to go and check the law. Right. So I changed my entire methodology in IPCC actually, and I completely changed except law. Law, I still had overconfidence. And I've already told you that law, I got 42 in IPCC because I did not write the answers. So in CA final, I was a completely different man, completely different student. I studied like crazy. I studied in depth everything. Direct taxes Bare Act, indirect taxes Bare Act, law Bare Act. I remember my friends are like, "What is this stupid fellow? What is he studying? Will he get a rank like this? Why is he studying all that?" I didn't give a damn. I studied like crazy. I am proud of that fact. I really studied. I gave my heart and soul. However, when things at one place go well, there are other things that do not go well. There were a lot of personal issues. My parents were amazing, but during teenage, something else happens. Love happens, other things happen. So that issue was going on, and I was romantically involved with somebody, and it so happened that 6 months before the actual exam, gone. So that huge personal loss happened. So now what happened. It was actually 4 months before the exam. May 2012 was my attempt, and 4 months before the exam, gone. So in the entire world, there was only one friend who knew about all this, and that one friend was actually helping me a lot. But barring that, everything gone. So now the question is, everything is gone. What to do? And I lost my way. This was in January 2012. I lost my way. May was my exam, by the way. So I had no clue. I completely lost track of studies. I could not study at all. Last 3-4 months were miserable. I could not study. When things go down, everything go down. I was also diagnosed with a viral disease that time. It was called herpes zoster. So it actually is the virus within your body will inflame and it will burn your skin. So from the right hand part of my chest to the entire body. In Kannada, they call it sarpasuttu. It's like the snake, it has coiled around your body, and it's extremely painful. So I was roaming around in my house like Salman Khan, right? I could not wear anything. I could not wear t-shirt and all those things. It was extremely painful. And there is no, just like coronavirus, actually, even herpes doesn't have any cure. All you need to do is you have to put lactocalamine lotion. So I was putting lotion, that's it. And it will go. It will 100% go because of immunity and all that. But it went. But it took almost around 20-25 days to 1 month. Gone there. Studies gone. Plus that other personal thing that happened, gone. So everything gone. I remember my first exam. I had studied, given my heart and soul till January. And January this happened. So anyway, exam I went. I remember accounts paper was obviously 100-mark paper, and I wrote only 44 marks. I am not joking, guys. In accounts paper, I wrote 45 marks. Correct, 45 marks I wrote. First half an hour, I went blank. I had no clue what was happening. I went blank. I did not know what to do. The previous day I tried studying. I was studying. Generally, I used to study 3 to 4 pages an hour. So I was knocking off 10 to 12 hours a day. But because of all those issues from February and all that, I used to study like 1 page a day or something. I was completely mentally out. I sort of disconnected myself from the entire world, except that friend that I told you. That friend was helping me out, but apart from that, I was disconnected. And even with that friend, I was disconnected. Here and there, I was talking, that's it. But I was to myself. And that paper, I knew 45 if you write, attempt only for 45, what you'll pass. So I knew, gone. Anyway, gone. November onwards, I'll start studying. I had already started teaching. After clearing CPT only, I was teaching. I mean, imagine, with my amazing knowledge, I was teaching. But thankfully, I was teaching law, not accounts and all that. Then that's all. People will still, if those people had taught accounts that time, gone then. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, coming back to this. Yeah, so now, first paper, gone. Nothing can be done now. What to do? So what did I do? I just went off to the park. I still remember. In Bangalore is a city is of parks. You have amazing parks here. I just aramse went to a park and I sat. I saw lovers here and there, all sitting and enjoying. I was just sitting there alone in the park. I had my helmet also on. I had not removed my helmet also. I was in a two-wheeler. I stopped the two-wheeler, went into the park, sat on a chair. And my parents are calling me relentlessly. What happened? They knew that something was wrong. They didn't know about any of these issues, but they knew something was wrong. They said, how was the exam? I just said, bad. That's it. There was no WhatsApp that time. That was just this normal on dabba phone. I had Nokia, right? So I just said bad. Then where I said, I'm in the park, I'll come. So they lost their entire cool. They really were very, very tense now. They thought I'll commit suicide or something, right? One thing they don't understand, that a person who has taken up CA can never commit suicide, because that itself is suicide. No, don't you think so? Right? The entire what you go through these 3 years, 4 years, that the churning that happens, that is amazing, guys, amazing, right? So where was I? Yeah. So I was in the park looking at this, and I just realized what the hell has happened to my life. Till January, everything was awesome. And I was a person who would be getting obviously very good marks. I knew it. And suddenly everything, herpes happened, and other personal thing happened, everything wiped out. What to do? Gone. So my dad never emotional with me. Obviously, we maintain that distance, but I love him a lot. He loves me a lot, but we are very close as well. But we never open up emotionally. That I'm sure you can relate to some of your dads, right? So my dad just said, I love you, come back home. I've never seen him write like that, all full mushy stuff. He said, I love you, come back home. So I said, Pa, don't worry, chill. I'm not dying here. I'll come back, aram se. So I knew I would fail. There's no chance that I'll pass. So, but till January, I'd studied everything. That was the most pissing off part of everything. I'd studied everything. But now, because of it, I couldn't remember anything. My mind was blank. Anyway, so what happened? I went home and I said, gone now. So please don't have any hopes and all. This time is gone. Next time, November 2012, I'll clear. I know I'll clear. My parents tried asking what happened. I said, no, nothing. No, it's just nothing has happened. I just lied. I told something. I don't know what I told. Anyway, I lied to them. And I didn't want to confide, basically. I didn't want to share anything with anybody. Anyway, so guys, what happened later was second paper also like that only. Auditing paper, I remember I didn't study only anything. I just went and wrote some auditing. Always was strong in audit and law. I don't know how. And law, I told you, I'd already properly changed my methodology after IPCC's debacle. CPT first attempt clear, IPCC also first attempt clear, but with 42 in law. Final, it was painful for me because I thought, okay, this time gone. So what happened? And that too after having studied so much. That was the most annoying part, right? Anyway, so I wrote all the exams, and then after some 3-4 days break, I decided that, okay, now I think I'll start studying for the next thing. Then I was teaching IPCC students law. I was teaching CS students law. I was teaching CS professional. I was teaching CA final also that time. I remember I started off simply just like that. Because if you teach once, it's as good as studying 4 times. Trust me, it's true. So I heard students there telling that this guy reads from the Bare Act is awesome. I could overhear. I was just actually, they thought, they didn't know that I was there. It felt nice. It felt nice that students are talking about me, and it also felt sad that I'm not a CA. Still, I mean, I knew I'll fail. Okay, guys, result day. I had already prepared. I had already started preparations for the next attempt. Result day came. I had a full day class that day. Full day class. I had switched off my mobile. I knew I would fail anyway. So I had switched off my mobile and I was teaching the full day. Results came at, as usual, CA Institute. Results will be likely to be declared by 2 p.m. They'll tell, and 11 a.m. only it will come, right? So I didn't have any of these sitting in front of the system and pressing F5. I didn't want to do any of these things because I knew guarantee I'll fail. That's a given. If you write 45 in this thing, accounts, how will you pass? So the entire exam gone. Generally, one good thing that happened was generally after the first exam goes, people give up. But I thought anyway gone. No, I'll just go right tomorrow. I'll just go right and see. Anyway, result day. So I knew I had failed. I'll 100%, right? Obviously. So I had finished all my classes and all. Evening, I opened my old Nokia phone. GPRS technology had just come that time. So you could actually see in that small screen. I just logged into ICI.NIC.some. After 5 minutes, it opened because by that time everybody had seen. Clicked on my SRO number, clicked on this thing. Then obviously you will not see your marks. You will just see FAIL, FAIL. So I just wanted to. Then that small screen I had to scroll down. First group, I didn't see any of the marks. Scroll down, PASS. Second group, scroll down, PASS. I am not joking. This is what happened to me. I bloody aced the exam, guys. Then I realized I could not believe my eyes. I could not believe. Then I went to a system, cyber center, opened, pass. I took a printout and say, so is it my name? Is there any spelling mistake? I really do not know to this day why I passed. But I know deep down inside one thing, guys. If you study hard, if you really put your heart and soul, and even at the end, if something happens in your life, trust me, that hard work and that smart work that you did and that heart and soul that you gave, that will never ever let you down. You may have failed in your life, whatever happened, but for me, thankfully, all the three attempts I cleared first attempt. But this was the biggest ever victory of my life because it was victory over the mind, because mind had consumed me a few months back and now I was back on track. I had almost prepared for the next attempt and now this happened. This results was the amazing thing. When I opened it, PASS, after all the things that we all went through, after all the things that I put other people through, to see that marks. Then when I called up my parents, their joy knew no bounds. My dad, by the time I came back home, the entire Karnataka knew that his son was a chartered accountant. That's how proud he still feels proud even today. Even today, he tells that my son is a chartered accountant, right? That pride that he has, my mom, everyone was so happy, right? So we faculty are normal human beings. We also goof up. Instead of studying, I did all the other things there and goofed up everything. But in the end, guys, what always I'm telling you, if you have put your heart and soul, if you believe in God, then God will help you. If you believe in a superpower, that superpower will help you. And believe in destiny, it will help you. So I have also, when I tell you that I have gone through what you are going through now, trust me, it is true. I know exactly what you're going through. I know exactly what you're feeling. For me, it was other issues. For you, it will be different issues. Issues will change, but the underlying mental, condition will remain the same. But one thing I want to tell you is, see, as I told you, there's nothing inspiring about this story. But the three, four things is, first one, please concentrate on knowledge. Qualification will come behind you, don't worry. Second is always concentrate on the basics and building the foundation, which I did not do initially, later rectified. Then if you have really are true to yourself and if you have worked hard in your life, trust me, even though towards the end things do not go well, at the end it will happen. And I told you everything I had lost in my life, and I had that one friend who always stood by me, and that one friend is my wife today. Right? She is also a chartered accountant. I'm also a chartered accountant. We're happily met. She's also into training and she handles all the business aspects. She also cleared in the first attempt. I also cleared in the first attempt, and we are happy. Right? It will happen to each of us. It will happen, guys. It is delayed little maybe, but it will never be denied to you. So this is what I wanted to tell. Last story for the day. We all know the tea bag, right? Tea bag. You had tea. So, do you know how the tea bag was born? There was a guy called Thomas Sullivan, a tea merchant. He created a tea bag almost by accident, actually. He put some samples of his tea into some silk bags and he sent them to all his friends. One of his friends, lazy fellow like me, he didn't put that damn silk bag only. Silk bag only dipped into the hot water and then he said it was amazing. So then he chanced upon the idea that let's have this tea bag is essential. Now, I read this somewhere, but I can link it to CA now. There are 10 lessons from a tea bag. 10 lessons. Lesson number 1. What counts is what's actually inside the tea bag and not how the tea bag looks. Guys, you can be fat, thin, ugly according to you, dark, fair, too fair. You may have a pimpled face, you may be obese. Do not give a damn. What really matters is what's inside the tea bag. Do you have the stuff to become a CA? Do you have the stuff to carry that much knowledge? That's all that matters at the end of the day. So what counts is what's inside the tea bag and not what outside. Second, real flavor comes only when the tea bag gets into hot water. If you put a tea bag in some cold water, do you think it is the real flavor will come out of it? No way. Real flavor comes when the tea bag gets into hot water. This scenario now that we are in, it's hot water. We are dipped in hot water. The real flavor will now come out. Trust me. The true character of a person, that is you, will come out during this time. Good tea bags look forward to getting into hot water. So you should get into that hot water now. Nothing can be done. You can't say lockdown, I can't study. No excuses. You have to get into the tea bag. Get into the hot water and get the flavor out. A tea bag must be porous. Means what? It should have those small holes, which means what? You should not close yourself. You should be open to ideas, open to change. Because if you say that no, I'll be stubborn. No, I will do like this only. So if I put a tea bag in a metal container, tea powder in metal container, put it in the hot water, what will happen? Nothing will happen. So be porous, be open to ideas, right? Be open to change. It will happen. Tea bags will work, never mind where they are in the cup. This is lesson number 5. Tea bags will always work, never mind where they are in the cup. They may be way below in the cup, on top of the cup, somewhere middle, it will always work. So please assure that you are everywhere. You may be all around the place now in your quest for success, but it will work just like the tea bag. 6th, sometimes one tea bag is just not enough, right? For me, that one tea bag was my friend who turned out to be my wife. I'm very happy about it. So that one tea bag is not enough. You need 2 tea bags sometimes to, the flavor will come out, real flavor will come out. So in case you have a friend who can lean on, who probably, your mom, your dad, your best friend, whatever, they'll always be there for you. So when 2 tea bags come into hot water, the flavor will be stronger. You will come out stronger. So if you don't have anybody, don't worry. You have yourself. It's fine. Absolutely fine. 7th one, sometimes you need to add some milk and sugar. Just tea bag, black tea, boring. So add some spice into your life, watch a movie, take a break, have ice cream. I love ice cream. Have ice cream, right? Then one thing, guys, 8th one, someone else holds the string always. In this case, ICAI. ICAI holds the string always. So the thing is, whatever you do, suggested answers and all that, you should obviously write the correct one. But also, wherever there are 2 views, in law I've explained, wherever there are 2 views, you should always stick to ICAI view, right? You can't say, in my opinion and to the best of my knowledge and ability, this is the answer. Then they'll say, boss, first you pass, then you give your opinion. Correct? No? Without passing, what opinion you'll give? So the thing is, so kindly ensure that somebody else holds the string. And in this case, it is ICI. They can chuck you out whenever they want. So whatever it is, we should ensure that the ICI guidelines are followed. 9th one, again, it's all about how good the tea is, not at all the tea bag. So tea bag really doesn't matter, guys. It's the content within, right? It's not about me, it's about them. So it's the content. That's what a good leader always tells. It's all about the team always, not about you. Last but not the least, a tea bag should never overstay its welcome. Eventually, tea bags need to make way and get out. So the thing is, tea bags recognize that once the brew is ready, they need to move on. You can't have an old tea bag which is completely, you've taken everything out of it. It can't lie around in that hot water. It doesn't look good. So tea bags, eventually, once that thing is over, you need to move on in life. So once that work is over, once the issue is settled, move on in life. Now, I told you in the beginning that this is the last motivational audio clip in this lockdown series. You said again, send one more every day because I'm already used to it. Now, getting used to something is bad because then it will become like an addiction later, unfortunately. It's true. You have one cigarette, second cigarette, fourth cigarette, fifth cigarette, then it becomes an addiction. You have one drink a day, then one drink the second day, 2 drinks the third day, it will become an addiction. Eventually, we need to sort of, balance it out. Right, I like that movie, which is that Dear Zindagi. I think, yeah, wonderful movie. So in that, Shah Rukh Khan character by the character played by Shah Rukh Khan, he helps Alia Bhatt, and then he says that enough. Now we need to cut ties. I'm not saying I'll cut ties with you. Don't worry, guys. What I'm trying to tell is The addiction should stop. 21 days, you've heard all the audios. You can listen to them one after the other again, no problem. But at some point of time, you need to take control of your own life. Depending exclusively on so many people is not good. You need to take control of your own life. Probably this, according to me, is the best thing that life has taught me, that you cannot rely on one person, or you cannot sort of completely depend on one person or one thing or anything. You need to slowly move on. So like that, even I'm a teabag. My work is done today, I feel so, because 21 days have given you, shared so many experiences. Take lessons from that. If you have learned something more, please share. Let's keep in touch. I'm also planning something else with respect to this motivation and one objective, guys. There was nobody when I was going through stuff except my wife, as I told you. There was nobody. And better, I feel, that if people discuss their problems openly and try to come out with solutions. So I'm planning something. Let's see if it works out. Planning something with you guys. If those of you are interested, let's see. I'll share my idea. If it works out, let's do it. So it's more of a a foundation, or a platform rather, where people can share ideas and we can all be there for each other. Let's see if it works out. Let's try something on those lines. Depends on my time, your time, and all those things. Let's see, and the future plans as well. So eventually, tea bags need to make way and get out, guys. So this is my cue. Thank you so much for patiently listening. This was the longest one, right? So let's learn let each of us learn from each other. That I always believe that you can learn something from every single person. So whatever it is, share feedback. Personally, you can text me. You can share feedback. I'll always be around. Don't worry, right? I'll always be there. Any doubts, anything for that matter, you can text me. The messages, when you send, the replies may be delayed for sure, but definitely I'll reply. If I don't reply in 2-3 days, you kindly remind me. I will reply, guys. Don't worry, because I also have to see so many things here. But it was a wonderful opportunity for me to share all these things with you, and I really enjoyed it, and I learned a lot from you guys. And I have received over 100 messages from all of you, and the love and warmth is incredible. I never thought that I could sort of make a difference in so many lives. But in fact, you don't know that I did it for a selfish reason, because you just got had a difference. I mean, I made a difference in your life, just one life, but hundreds of lives made a difference in my life, honestly, because 100 messages, over 100 messages I've got, and I learned something from each of those messages. So thank you so much. I always tell my students that for me, I don't believe in idol worship. Honestly, I don't. For me, the student is the ultimate god. That student who I cannot see, who is a representative of all the people that I've taught. He or she, that the student is my ultimate god. I derive an extreme satisfaction from that one god, because you just think about it. You tell that you are the faculty and all those things, but if the student is not there, who the hell is the faculty? That is what some of our faculty should actually understand. They unfortunately feel that they are god, and without them students are nothing. But I think that all of us should understand that without students, you are a faculty is nothing. Having said that, faculty should not underestimate and take students for granted. Similarly, most importantly, students also should not take the faculty for granted. But I feel, honestly, deep down inside, it's my thing, that if I can eat 3 meals a day, and if I can actually sleep well at home, and if I have a home, it's all because of my student, right? That representative, one person representative of everyone, who has given me everything in life. So from the bottom of my heart, whatever I speak, it comes from my heart, and I know you know that. That's why you're able to connect with me. Thank you so much, dear friends. It has been a pleasure discussing these 21 audio clips. Listen to them again and again. Make a move, not de-link yourself. You have to de-link yourself, move on, and may you be the most successful. I will not say professional CA, that anyway you will become. May you be wonderful human beings, because there are very few human beings who actually practice humanity. And I think all of us are. We have to become people who are inspirational, motivating, and also who other people look up to and who can learn a lot from us, and we have to learn a lot from them as well. So, on this note, again, thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity given. I really enjoyed discussing all these things with you, and any feedback you can share with me. And let me come out with that other plan that I was talking about. So, there's something in my mind, I need to think on it, and I'll definitely come back to you on that. All right, guys. So, I may not have met many of you, but just know that I'm always here for you. Whatever it is, I'm here for you. All right, guys. On this note, take care. Love you all. Thank you for this opportunity from the bottom of my heart. Cheers.